What's up, fellas? Day two of Ford being a sick little bitch at home. Taking a little break from doing some work from home stuff to talk about fantasy football and our current playoff situation. My plan was to talk about a little bit of waiver wire, but we're so deep into the season. The only decent waiver pickup was Pouchon, who is locked into last place. Got Isaac Garindo off waivers. Rag was pretty mad because he wanted to beat Maish and ruin Maish's season. But that's no-go now. Otherwise, trade deadline was about an hour ago. Cal and Maish had a trade, didn't successfully get it in time. I think it would have been an okay trade. It probably would have helped Maish have a better chance this week, and it probably would have helped Cal in the playoffs, but I don't think either of them are going to be hurting too bad for not getting it in. Current situation, I'll just get the bottom two out of the way. Rag's eliminated, but he can't get last, so those two are locked in the 13th and 14th, I think. Actually, no, I guess technically not. Rag might have the tiebreaker over one of the 5 and 8 teams, but Pouchon's locked in the 14th, Rag's eliminated, and now we're going to talk about the playoff bracket. So here is the current playoff bracket. I'm locked into the 1 seed. And the top 5 seeds are locked. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are going to be the top 5. We just don't know which spot. So 2 through 5 could all change. If Cal loses, he could drop as low as 4th because Clay and Ish both have the tiebreaker. So if Clay and Ish both win, and Cal loses, they would hop Cal. But Cal's got a real easy matchup this week. Let's see. If Rob wins, I think he could get as high as the 3 seed. He can't get ahead of Cal, but he can jump Ish and Clay, which would be nice. Let's see. What else is going on? All right, and then Hayden and Sutton are right now in the playoffs, but they're both in very precarious situations. Sutton has no CMC, Nico Collins, or Taysom Hill this week. But both of them are win and N. No strings attached. They're both win and N. Unfortunately, Sutton has a very tough matchup this week, so that's a little sketchy for him. Back to the 5 and 8 boys. This is where it gets interesting. So for McCosey and Scott has lost to Hayden, and he's lost to Sutton twice. So even if both of them lose and Scott wins, I still don't think he has a tiebreaker over either of them. But then, I don't know. The math is so weird here. Scott has such a low chance to get in because of those losses. Same with McCosey. He has losses to Scott, Brett, Briggs, and Sutton. So he would need basically all those guys to lose and then somehow get a points tiebreaker over them. This is why Sutton and Scott has a 1% and McCosey has a 3%. It's just they've lost to too many of the teams on the bubble. If one of those teams gets in, it will be by a pure miracle. I can't even tell them what to really root for other than just chaos. You need to win your matchup, and then Sutton and Hayden need to lose, and then as many other teams lose and score as low as points as possible. But yeah. The real confusing ones are Brett, Briggs, and Maish. Right now, Brett has a 33% chance to get in. Maish has a 19% chance, and Briggs has a 20% chance. So, it's really tough. I think Sutton has such a high chance because he's beaten so many of these bubble teams. Like, even if he drops to 6 and 8, he has wins over most of these teams. I'm actually going to go check how many. Yeah, after a quick check, it looks like Sutton has beaten Brett, he's beaten Briggs, and he's beaten McCosey, and he's beaten Scott twice. But he's lost to Maish and Hayden, which is why Hayden's ahead of him right now. I think Sutton's in a good spot. Win or lose, it would need a lot of chaos to knock him out. Unfortunately, his team's looking real bad going into the playoffs. Hayden, I think, has slightly worse wins, but those two are pretty. I think they would need to lose, and And then one of the 5 and 8 teams right now would need it to be everyone's beaten everyone, so it goes to points 4, I think. So the 5 and 8 teams, specifically the ones that have a chance, Brett, Briggs, and Maish, you're looking to win, and you're looking for Hayden and Sutton to score as many as possible. Don't overthink it. Just win your matchup, score as much as possible, and hopefully those 2 6 and 7 teams lose, or just one of them maybe. Maish, you're probably rooting for Hayden to win, Sutton to lose, and you to win, because you have the tiebreaker over Sutton when not many people do. I don't know. The math is crazy. I am fever brain. But yeah, we're getting exciting. It's coming down to it. 1 second. So yeah, looking forward into week 14, Clay and Brett is going to be a huge game. Clay is fighting. He could get the 2 seed. He could fall all the way to 5, I think. Brett's trying to get in. Hayden versus Briggs is probably the most important matchup because Hayden's sitting on that 6th seed right now, but you never know. Cal versus Sutton is important for both teams. Sutton's team is in shambles. I think Cal's like a 70% chance of winning. And Rag versus Maish, where Maish's team is in shambles, and Rag has a great chance of winning that one. Let's see. Yeah, Maish is only projected 100 points. Rag is projected 118. It's a weird week. It's a sneaky lot of buys this week. I know my team's in shambles. I know Sutton's team is in shambles. Maish's team is down bad because Cortland Sutton's out. Dallas Goddard's probably not going to play. Fairbairn's out. Lamar's gone. Jonathan Taylor's gone. Brian Robinson's gone. Like, Maish, this is an all-time bad beat. But we'll get more into that in the predictions. A lot of teams got hit with that. Thankfully, some of us already locked into their playoff spot. What can I say? Commish. Legend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to week 14. Like I said, did this need to be a video? Probably not. Am I bored and a little bit stir-crazy right now? Probably. But yeah, like I said, it all comes down to these last 2 spots here. Rob's locked in. The 4 above him are locked in. Those last 2 playoff spots are going to be fun to see who gets them. Me, personally, I hope they stay the same. Sutton's team is going to be no threat in the playoffs now that he has all his injuries. Yeah. Cal's convinced that Brett will win, but we all know Brett's team is not good. So, yeah. See all of you guys tomorrow for week 14 predictions. I can't believe the fantasy season's almost over. It makes me very sad. What am I going to do with all my time? Be better at my job, maybe? I don't know. See you guys tomorrow.